multiplying and dividing whole numbers and decimals by 10, 100 and 1,000. So we're just kind of bringing it all together today. So let's have a look at a quick example. You, in a moment, for your main classwork, are going to be looking at a table where you've got a mix of things along the top. So you might be dividing by 10, you might be timesing by 100, or you might be dividing by 1,000. But this time, instead of a number being here in this column and you having to do the dividing or the timesing to get the number in these boxes, this time you're going to be given a number here and you've got to work out the original number. So that's my recommendation. When you've got a number here, start by finding out what the original number is and then work out these missing bits here. So I'll do an example. So here we've got a number, 0.02, and I need to ask myself, what's my original number if, when I divide it by 1,000, I get 0.02? Well, we need that all-important place value table, and I'm going to put 0.02 into this place value table. So there it is, 0.02. Now, what number has jumped 3 jumps to the right to get here? Because remember, I've got my original number and I have divided it by 1,000 to get this. Okay, so it's arrived here after having been divided by 1,000. So it's jumped 3 places to the right. So that means I need to do the opposite to find out my original number. So I'm going to pick this up and I'm going to jump it 3 in the opposite way. So 1, 2, 3. So this is my original number. Now you might think, well, that looks a bit strange. Well, yeah, it is at the moment, but what happens when we ignore these for the moment, because we don't usually get zeros at the front when we're talking about numbers up here. We do if it's like 0.34 or something like that, but not when we have them at the front here like this. And then we just need a place value holder here. So what's this number now? Well, that is just 20. 20 is my original number. And let's just check that. So how do we check it? Well, we can say it's 20, okay? So it's 20 like this. I will rearrange the digits for you. So imagine if I've now got 20. Get rid of these zeros at the front. I've now got 20 in my place value table. So I would recommend you always check it. And if I'm dividing it by 1,000, I should end up here. Let's have a look. So if I've got 20, 3 jumps to the right, remember, because we're dividing by 1,000. So 1, 2, 3. And what do we do when we've got spaces here? We put zeros in them. So there you go. 0.02. And you can leave this here or you can ignore it for the time being, that's fine. But your most important thing is that your 2 is in that hundredths column. And there we have it, 0.02. So now we know that our original number is 20. What do we get if we divide 20 by 10? Well, let's have a look. We've got our original number, take it back to 20, this is our original number here. Divide it by 10. What do we get? We get 2, or 2.0. 2 like that would be fine, or you can put 2.0, that's equally fine. Okay, what happens if we have our original number again, 20, and we're now multiplying it by 100? Well, remember, if we're multiplying it by 100, we go 2 jumps to the left. 1, 2. But what's my number now? Well, we've got to fill in these place value holders, haven't we? So what number is that? It is 2,000. Oops, that does not look like a 2, does it? 2,000. So I hope that makes sense. That number now is 2,000. Okay, let's have a look at the next example. So we've got in the column that is headed multiply by 100, we've got 34.5. So let's bring 34.5 into the table. So some number, my original number, when I multiply it by 100, gets me to 34.5. So that means I've got to take my 34.5 and I've got to do the opposite. I've got to now divide it by 100 to see what my original number was. So let's divide it by 100, which means 2 jumps to the right. 1, 2. Okay. Remember, we don't leave a number like this, we put a 0 in front like this. So that's my original number. My original number is 0.345. And let's just check that. Let's just check that if we have 0.345 and we multiply it by 100, so we've got 0.345 in the table. If we multiply it by 100, do we get 34.5? Let's have a look. 1, 2. Yes, we do. 34.5 because we can get rid of that 0 behind there. So now that I know that 0.345 is my original number, what do we get when we divide by 10? Well, we're going to have to move the place value table a bit because don't forget, this place value table does go, it does keep going in both directions. So I'm going to think about it going like this now. I've got 0.345 and we want to divide it a bit further now. So I'm going to create some more columns. That's absolutely fine. This table goes on forever, remember? So let's create a few more columns. We've got 0.345. And now we're dividing it by 10, so we go another jump. Divided by 10. And we need a place value holder, remember? So we're going to have another 0 there. So my answer here is 0.0345. And then what happens if I take my original number back again, 0.345, and we divide it by 1,000? Well, here's my original number, 0.345, and now I'm going to divide it by 1,000. So 3 jumps. 1, 2, 3. How many zeros do I have to put in? Oh, my zeros are not great today. 2, 3. So lots of zeros there. 0.0000345. And there we have it. Okay, so you are now going to try and do these questions. So draw out the table and fill in the gaps. So here, your original number, this is your original number column here. So this is your original number here, 38 for example, and then you're timesing it by 10 to get the number in here. You're going back to here and you're doing 38 divided by 10 to get the number here. Go back to the start here and do 38 multiplied by 100 to get the answer here, and so on. That's your main class work. If you want even more of a challenge, then have a go at extension 1, extension 2, and there is even an extension number 3.